Hey guys, Eric here from Marked and Made. So I just got back from Next Level Laser Conference and had an awesome time. So I wanted to go over kind of who was there, what I did, how the event was, and why you should definitely go in 2026 because they're having it at the same place that they had it this year. And I met a ton of amazing people, and it was just a great experience overall. So we'll jump into just a quick video of what I did while I was there and hope you like it.
So I landed in Texas, and first thing I did was to grab a rental car because there's a lot of stuff I wanted to go and do, and I didn't want to be trapped to Uber. I got lucky and got upgraded to a BMW. So as I was driving to the hotel, I took a quick video. That thing was awesome to drive. Got to the hotel. The property that the conference was held at was the Gaylord Texan in Grapevine, Texas. This property is amazing. This huge atrium type room or whatever it is called is absolutely fantastic. It's got a glass top. It's huge. There are restaurants and things inside. It's open all the time, of course, because it connects lots of different parts of the property. So it was great for us to be able to hang out at night for people that were attending the conference, have meetups. Kim and Garrett had a dinner at the Texas restaurant right beside this video. And it was just overall great experience. I really recommend the property itself. They did a great job choosing the resort. A few of the courses I took were fundraisers that work with Dawn Marie. Dawn was awesome and gave a lot of great tips about hosting fundraisers and workshops and things that worked for her. Another one that I loved was Business to Business Sales by Sumita and Anuj Patel. They run homebound custom decor. I think they're launching this class publicly, so keep a lookout for it because it was amazing to sit through and they're just awesome people. And then finally, I really liked Show Up and Sell Out, a craft show masterclass by Kim and Garrett. Kim and Garrett are awesome folks. They're actually not too far from me here in Virginia, but it was great to meet them and hang out and learn from kind of some professionals in the industry. Going through some of the companies that were in the exhibit hall, I did a quick run through of everyone there in case you were interested in who was there, what cool new things were out. LogoJet was there. LogoJet, for those of you who don't know, are a UV printing company. They make some UV printers in various sizes, from small ones to gigantic ones. They make UV DTF printers, and they have their own patented sort of ink technology that uses flex ink, and they can do a little bit of texture building, and it's actually really cool technology, and it was cool to see in person. Riley Black Project was there along with Keychain Thingies. These guys are awesome folks. We hung out one night after dinner, and they were just so real and awesome to talk to. So if you haven't listened to their podcast, check out Riley Black Podcast, and also check out Keychain Thingies. They're awesome for making keychains easily. Of course, Lone Star Adhesive was there. Josh and Courtney are two of my favorite people. We're on the Maker Roundup. I love working with Josh, Courtney, Samantha, the whole Lone Star team. If you want to grab a discount at Lone Star, use code ERIC10 and you'll get 10% off. That's ERIK 10. And grab some awesome leatherette, some adhesive, some tri-layer acrylic, some hats. His hats are amazing that he's carrying now, the waterproof 5 panels and 6 panels. So it was really great to catch up with Josh and Courtney at this event and just hang out. They're amazing people, and their company really stands behind their products, and their customer service is top notch. Another company that was there was PDS Equipment. Now, PDS Equipment is a distributor for Mimaki printers, another UV printer company. If you really want top of the line UV printing with amazing texture builds, accuracy, speed, color duplication, replication, and just overall a great team to work with, I highly recommend you check out Mimaki as well. The team over at PDS Equipment is great. They have awesome support. They'll get you set up and installed very quickly. And they even have an attachment called the Kebab that does tumblers. So you really have to check this thing out. It does a full wrap tumbler like this in under 4 minutes, fully UV printed, which is insane time for a UV printer altogether. So if you're interested, definitely check out Mimaki. I'm interested in getting one for the shop myself, and I'll be at UV Energize next week. So I'll follow up with more details. Of course, Eon was there. It was great catching up with Emily, that mom with the laser. So she's a great person. Eon's a great company. Seeing some of the stuff that they're doing is exciting. I don't have an Eon laser coming, but if money was unlimited, I'm pretty sure that I would grab an Eon laser. So If you're interested in some of their red lines or other stuff like that, definitely give them a call. If you have questions about things that I learned about their lasers, drop them in the comments. It was great to see them there and see their EMP line and some of their mirrors that they had on site as well. So even this one that does like what, 6 tumblers at once, that's a pretty cool attachment. Eon's been in the business forever and has great customer service as well. There were a couple other companies here. So we had Rotoboss here, who, by the way, is suing their makers. I highly don't recommend that you get into business with Rotoboss or Hauschen Lasers, if I'm pronouncing that right, as they're partnered with them. So, but they were there, so I figured I would mention them as well. But as everyone knows, Jason is currently suing some other makers that were affiliates, and it's just not the best look. That's like the first rule in business is don't sue your customers. Recomo was there, so they had some of their really cool stuff. If you like embroidery machines, check out Recoma. If they also have one of their giant DTF printers there too. So if you're looking for DTF or embroidery, maybe that's something you're interested in. But Recoma was there showcasing some of their latest stuff. And if I had the money and the space, I would probably grab an embroidery machine, even though they terrify me. Of course, Epilogue had a booth. I don't know much about Epilogue, but their machines looked cool. They were posted up right next to Recoma. Creative Cut Supplies was there. So if you're looking for dual tight, they were, of course, your stop. They had great show specials on dual tight, and they sell some other things like True Flat and other laser supplies. They were posted up right besides Great Lakes Laser Supply, who also has just a ton of materials. They do tumblers, I think. They do custom king koozies. They do hat clips. They do pretty much anything that you're looking to engrave. As you can see here, they had a lot posted up at their booth. Laser Map Maker is one that's super exciting. So I'll drop a link to Laser Map Maker in the description. I love their software and their tooling. I am a subscriber of Laser Map Maker, and I use it to make ornaments or maybe a display board or some type of custom project all the time. And I'll do a tutorial on that as well, but it really is a super cool software to help you get creative with making some of those more personalized gifts that are, specific to a town or location. They were giving out t-shirts and other things to kind of get the hype up, but anyone who's been doing this a while has heard of Laser Map Maker, and it was really exciting to see some of their gigantic projects like that one there that took like 15 hours to glue, they were telling me. So meeting Elias was awesome. The team is awesome, and if you haven't used their tool, I'll drop a link to get a sample of it. Trotec was there. I've heard great things about Trotec lasers, especially with some of their print and cut accuracy and how fast some of their lasers are. I don't have a Trotec or any experience with them, but it was pretty cool to see the Speedy on site and just to get a glimpse of how fast that thing really can engrave. If you know anything about me, you know that I'm a huge One Laser fan and advocate. One Laser, of course, was there. Lens Digital was there. So we'll talk about both. This was the Vertigo, which is the first vertical gantry laser. This thing is awesome. You'll see Robin sitting there in the background. Robin, we love you. Robin's great to hang out with. I really love chatting with her. Same with Lynn and Stan over at Lens Digital. I actually placed an order for a Pi Burn light and a Pi Burn grip too while at the show. So I was super excited to finally get an order for those now that I have my One Lasers here. And I'll definitely be doing some content on switching over to Lightburn from XCS and getting into tumblers on a new technology and really how that's all working. But if you know anything about rotaries, you'll know that Lens Digital really is the best currently. You can get a grip, you can get an Omni, you can get the Vertigo if you want a laser. It's in Kickstarter right now, and it's actually a really good deal. So go back that. I'll drop the link to the Kickstarter in the description and grab the Vertigo while it's on sale. One Laser is amazing. As you know, I have some One Lasers here now that haven't been set up yet. So at least at the time of this recording. So we have the One Laser Hydra 16 and the One Laser XRF here in the shop, but we haven't opened yet. But getting to see them on site, I got to see them before they got delivered to my house. So when I was out here, I still hadn't seen mine or hadn't received them. So it was cool to see them there. The XRF is amazing if you're looking for just a quick RF laser. It has a riser base that's optional. And then, of course, they have their Hydra series. That's a cabinet laser as well. Replica surfaces, I use this. I don't know if it's obvious from my pictures or not, or if anyone's seen my website, but I use their surfaces and their boards all the time. They really do make a difference in product photography. If you're trying to level up that game for e-commerce, check out Replica surfaces. Makerflow was there. They had some of their newest things. Their booth was crazy busy, man. They had people in there wrapped around in a line halfway around the conference to get some of their stuff. They had a lot of their new products that weren't even on the website yet out that people were really curious about. Of course, they had some of their staple products like their tumblers and their charcuterie boards and everything else that they offer. They had a lot of on site. So it was good to get some ideas on what they had that maybe you didn't have time to scroll for. They were giving out pre-engraved luggage tags. They're giving away gift cards, tote bags, pretty much, all kinds of cool swag. And they had a really cool deal that's actually still going. So it's 50 off 150. And that goes until the end of the month. So I'll share the code here for anyone who wants to use it. Cuddle was there. So they were really cool to meet in person and gave me a quick demo of their tool. And of course, I've used Cuddle before for a few things, like for a curve tool. If you are having problems figuring out your curve, I recommend you check out Cuddle and get to their curve tool. It's easy to print a few different sizes and tell it how much you want it to increment by, and then use it to quickly test your curve without having to do anything custom in your laser software. They also create, a bunch of these name templates and name designs for easy customization. So Cuddle's been super popular in the maker community. If you haven't used it and you're interested in a way to do that, they have some free templates as well. So you don't actually have to pay for some of it. So it's cool to check out. Eufymake was there. I have mixed feelings about Eufymake. I was a backer, but then I actually canceled my backing. I'm hoping that they do well, but I know they have a ton of orders. So I'm not quite sure how that's going to go. And then, of course, X-Tool. So I got to hang out with all the X-Tool guys again. I'm a huge fan of X-Tool and a huge advocate of X-Tool. I think what they're doing in this space is amazing with the advancements they keep making, the innovation, the support they keep adding. Of course, Ben, Carrie, Jacob, all there. They were great to hang out with again and see in person since the launch event. And of course, got to hang out with David, Stein, Josh, and Monim, all excellent folks, and got to hang out with them after hours one night as well. So hanging out with X-Tool is always fun. Monarch Pine was there. If you haven't met Katie and supported her company, they have fantastic blanks. So you'll see Katie here. Basically any type of jewelry bindings, jewelry blanks. They have some other stuff as well, but I think that's their main thing that they focus on. They have great findings is what I use from them a lot. And they also have some really cool blanks too. Here's the keychain thingies video. So keychain thingies, I mentioned them earlier, but super cool, right? They're these little plastic things that snap around the loop. They snap around the keychain and through the acrylic or the wood or whatever you're making the keychain out of. So you don't have to use pliers and jump rings to make your keychains. So check out keychain thingies. They're awesome. You can get a pretty good deal on them all the time. They had a show special going, of course, for like 15% off, I think. But overall, I bought several bags of keychain thingies because they were there with a discount, and it saves us so much time when making those keychains. And then, yeah, that pretty much covers everything that I did there. So you'll see some pictures here of just folks hanging out. The conference was great. Everybody did the pin swap. It was really cool to meet lots of like-minded makers and even brand new makers. So people from all walks of life come here. You have folks like Emily here, who's been doing this for a long time and is very influential in the space and an expert. And you have people that are brand new to making, and maybe this was their first time even learning about lasers in person. So it was great to meet industry experts, to meet trade experts, to speak with laser manufacturers and blank suppliers, and learn about all the things that they're doing to create innovation in the space. Will has done a great job putting on the show with Mark and all of the vendors that showed up. I'm sure that everyone's very thankful for your support. After the conference, of course, I had to head out to the stockyards in Fort Worth. Such a cool area. If you're ever in Texas, go to the stockyards and check them out. And then I wouldn't be remiss without just sharing some pictures of people that I met while there. So, of course, Samita and Anuj, love you guys. Got to hang out with them. Robin, you're amazing. Everything that you do is very much appreciated. And got to hang out with Josh and Courtney, as I mentioned before, who are two of my new favorite people in the world. as well as Dawn, who taught the fundraiser course and had some really great ideas there, and Kim and Garrett right up the road. So it was great to meet everybody here.
So as you can see, Next Level is definitely a great event. I would definitely consider going next year if you're new to making, or if you're looking at getting into making, or maybe if you've been doing this for a very long time. It's great to network with like-minded people in the makerspace. It's great to network with people doing similar things, maybe in other areas. Now, next year, they kind of leaked at the wrap-up event that it's not going to be called Next Level Laser. It's going to be called the Next Level Maker Conference. So I have a feeling they're going to be opening this to more types of creators, maybe DTF, maybe UV printing, maybe even sublimation, or who knows, right? But so next year, keep a lookout for those. I know tickets are going on sale, I think maybe in November. So check them out. Check out Next Level. Follow Will and Mark on Facebook and on all their socials so you can stay up to date. And of course, we'll bring you the news with the latest. I'm off to UV Energize here shortly, so we'll do a video of that as soon as I get back and really how that went. I'm very interested to see the Mamakis up close and in person and learn more about their UV printers, just to kind of get maybe an upgrade for the one that I have here in the shop. But overall, can't recommend going to Next Level enough. Loved meeting everyone that I got to meet, and hit that like and subscribe button if you'd like to see more content. Thanks so much.